everyone, Lawrence here from Unicorn Reviews with some Cebit footage. So I took the 500-kilometer drive all the way to Hanover to have a look at the new consumer-oriented products, because Cebit is really going to business-only stuff, mostly services, software and server stuff, but there were a few hauls where they still had stuff for us, the normal consumer. Let's start off with this Inno 3D printer prototype. They usually do graphics cards. They're now going to move more towards budget-friendly 3D printers. What we saw there was pretty cool already. I think they're going to go a bit further with, the finish on everything. Those were just very early prototypes. As you can see in this shot, it's a very simple, everyone has done it before type of approach, but they claim that they're going to get the cost down quite a lot. But it did look good, albeit a bit hobbyist-like. Now, there weren't a lot of prototypes, but this is another one. This is the Deepcool sub-brand Gamerstorm. That was a pretty cool full aluminum case, but you could really see that it was just an early prototype. Same with this one. They're working together with one of those pre-built system sellers, system integrators they're called, I guess. They did really cool stuff there, Deepcool. They also have waterproof fans in case you would want that, but they also come with LEDs, so a fan for everyone, I guess, at Deepcool. But then we moved over to Silverstone with the RVZ02. So this is a full metal or full aluminum case, but with a lot of plastic. This was the exact same case that was at CES, so it's a bit beaten up, not dented, but paint's gone. The windows were almost, you couldn't really see through them anymore. They were very scratched. But it was a very interesting design, and as you can see, the motherboard sits on the normal side, and then the riser goes through the slot, and the graphics card is actually on the other side. So let's go to Silverstone's parent company, Lian Li. They apparently invented glass. Everything at the Lian Li stand was glass. Now, these are of course already production cases. You can already buy these. I'm not really sure if I like the bigger versions, but this ITX version was pretty cool. But the bigger ones are just, wastes of space really, because you just lose a lot of expandability by putting the graphics card in the bottom. But then, if you are a bit of a show-off, yeah, maybe you like that sort of stuff. Lian Li also had a bunch of tables. I think they had 3 or 4 of these tables, or computer in a table systems. They even had this tiny little one, so this is the type of thing you would put, in the living room to put your feet on really while watching television, but they still had that. Asus, they showed us one of the first non-prototypes here, of course, other than the Lian Li stuff. The ZenWatch. Now, I did have a Moto 360 last week, and I actually sent it back right away because I just hated smartwatches. But the Asus ZenWatch actually looked pretty good. Was pretty responsive. The screen looked very good, despite being only 320 by 320 pixels and not being the fancy RAN stuff. I do think that it looks a bit feminine, if I can say that, but yeah, it looked very good and it felt really good. The curved glass on the front was really nice to touch. Anyway, in my opinion, star of the show, even though a lot of people didn't really look at it and it was pretty low in their show-off tower, the ASRock X99 ITX board. Yeah, so this is the world's first ITX standard X99 board. So this will fit those octa-cores 5960Xs with overclocking, although you're not going to overclock very high, but you still have Wi-Fi, a bunch of SATA ports, 2 Ethernet ports, massive amount of USB 3 connectors, pretty much everything you need. The only maybe downside is that you only have 2 DIMM slots, but that's very normal. Also, a little downside, despite it being X99, not any 2011 cooler can fit on there, so it is a mainstream board, but only server coolers can fit. Anyway guys, last but not least, I'm showing you guys a mouse. Yeah, just a simple mouse, not a very well-known brand, Epic Gear, but I really like the feel, the way the buttons, clicked, the rubberized texture, the fact that it's ambidextrous, but you can disable buttons on either side to make it a left-handed or a right-handed mouse. I really like this mouse, and also the dual laser one, which has an optical and a laser sensor in the same body. Anyway guys, like this video if you liked it, dislike this video if you disliked it, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, you can now find Unicorn Reviews on Twitter, so go to Twitter/UnicornReviews. And if you want to support us, make new videos, that sort of stuff, you can also help us out a lot by using our Patreon link.